All right. Well, looks like we're live. Good morning. Uh, it's Friday today, the 26th. So I'm up. I'm ready. It was a bit of a late last, bit of a late night last night. Um, so yeah, I'm slightly low energy. Um, but yeah, looking at the watches this morning, looking at the gap scan, it's looking better than yesterday, maybe, but drug was one of the main ones again. That's gapped up. Pre-market, it's up 16%. It was up almost 50% yesterday. But yeah, there's a few things gapped up that I'm gonna throw on the watch list today, other than drug. Um, so not. Oh, actually, this one looks like it might have been a reverse split. Well, I'm not sure what this chart is. Um, let's add P. Yeah, I took that back. Actually, this does not look very good this morning. They're all really cheap, and the chart looks god awful on this one at least. See what this one's gonna do at the open, but I mean it's up a lot. Pre-market's up 100% almost. So it's like the biggest gapper. Or this one's technically the biggest gapper. And it must have been a reverse split. Must have been. Yeah, okay, it says it right here. 1 for 15 reverse split. Hmm. Oh, where's my little clock? Let's pull it over here. Got about 6 minutes until the open. 6 little minutes, and it looks like, yeah, really, out of the gap scan, drug is the only one that looks decent. As a matter of fact, this chart looks actually pretty good. So we had a bit of a pullback here, and it held VWAP. It bounced off VWAP, so that's really good to see. Bit of indecision right here, though. That was loud. Oh wow, it's breaking out here. That was loud. Oh wow, it's breaking out here. Cold still. There's 59. There's 60. I'm not trading it right now because I usually don't trade pre-market, but this action is looking good. So maybe I take small size trade on it. I don't want to see this candle come all the way back down to 50 here. I don't want to see this chart look all ugly coming into the open. sugar. Yeah, only 3 seconds. That's just fine. There it goes again, new highs. High of 370 right now. So going into the open, this thing looks pretty good. Maybe a bit extended now. A little bit. But I think this thing's got some nice room. Looking at the daily chart, it's going to open at 70 over this resistance. So then next resistance is from the 18th. So this thing's been pretty hot recently. Go back on the daily resistance. It's not a whole lot of obvious levels up around 3 up 1 352. Maybe 410 there. But yeah, not really any obvious levels on the daily for resistance on this one where it's going to open. So we've got about 30 seconds till the open. So I'll go in with about 800 shares. Just take a second to decompress. All right, and we are open. Let's get 380. Gonna hold high. Yeah, I'll be out. I was thinking that was gonna break, but it's gonna break here. Yeah, it's gonna come all the way back down here. So a big doji right off the open here. It's gonna close red. The candle's gonna turn green. Now it's speeding up here. Wow, this thing's got a lot of volume right now. It's kind of tricky. There's 13 million on that first candle. Wow, there goes 99. It's gonna break four right away. Yeah. And pull back. Man, I wanted it at four, but it was they can move really fast here right now, so gotta be careful. See what this 1 minute pullback is gonna look like. Wow, and this is gonna get bought up. Try it there at four. We're gonna hold four here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, and then that ask is gonna get knocked out. I don't know. This one's tricky here. Man, we got a lot of volume out the open. Just 13 million on that first candle. Yeah, this one's tricky right now. There's a lot of volume, but it can move quick. It's still tricky. I look for a dip entry here. $23 million on that first 5 minute candle of the day. It's a lot of volume. I don't think we've quite had this much volume on a momentum stock in a while. I guess it's really the only one that's obvious. Maybe that's why there's so much volume on it. So looking at volume, it's kind of fallen off a little bit here. There's $4. It's 405, 407. Try to get here at 4. Yeah, it's ended up coming down. This one's tough. I'm not doing so well on it right now. There's a 7-cent loss. Or, no, a 5-cent loss. It's going to be an ABCD pattern. A, B, C, and then if this makes higher low and starts to curl up here, that would be an ABCD pattern. Might by the break of this candle, if this can hold. I don't want to see this too much lower here. So be watching close. Let's look for this breakout here of this little pennant we're forming. It's 95. Is it going to come down here? It's 92. See you, Gramps. Here. So now this thing has a history of dipping, breaking a level with the candles, like in this area where this candle broke below the low of this candle, got bought up, and then reversed up. So and it's done that the last couple of days. So we'll see if it does something similar today, and if it does, we'll be watching. But so far, this is coming down a lot lower than I was hoping it was going to on this pullback. Just me successfully. No, I didn't want to be in there. I didn't click on the button. Come on, drug, you can do it. Stay and play. I want some more trades today. I didn't really take much of this section here. So we'll kind of look for a similar situation here. This broke down, this got immediately bought up. Try at 87 on the pullback on that candle. It's not enough volume right now though. Come on, we need buying. No, I'm gonna be out. Man. AKLI is halted up. Time was this resumption at? Not for a while. So I'll keep looking at this one. ALKI. Or AKLI rather. So I couldn't search it. So I kind of had the right idea with this thing curling here, but I'm not going to be in the trade for long enough. So really hoping this thing can hold up here. Right on view up. So yeah, I hope maybe this can consolidate for another 5 minutes and then start curling back up. But I don't want to see this thing sell off below view up. That would be a bit disappointing. Um, so yeah, looking at scans, there's nothing else really right now to trade other than drug, and then we have also STBX is moving a bit, BBBY is moving a bit, but it's a bit higher float, and AKLI AKLI right now is halted up at 533. Looks like it should resume in about, oh, excuse me, in about 5 minutes. I'm sorry, for 50 seconds. If it's a 5 minute halt, is what I meant to say. But drug over here while I look at this one just in case it makes a move up. Man, that was a lot of volume out to get though. These candles are moving a lot. All right, so we got. It's gonna open a lot higher. I could have put in a potential entry when it dipped, popped back up to 50, and then had held 50. But it's a bit lower volume on this resumption. I mean, it's not bad. I'm a million now. Yeah, this wasn't the cleanest halt here. Halt resumption. Drug. It's now below VWAP. Is it just gonna sell off? Is it gonna fade? It would be a bit disappointing. There's 74, 77. So just watching to see if this will base out a bit at these levels, and then maybe by a 1 minute candle make a new high. But it's still a bit lighter volume. The volume has came in since this is halted. And I guess there's really nothing else to pay attention to with drugs selling off here. I'll just really quickly add this to the list. What was this one again? Oh yeah, this weird price action. Not interested in that one. Well, it looks like drug is gonna reclaim VWAP, so it's bullish. Let's see if we can hold that. Maybe we get a curl if we start breaking through with some of these. Oh, there's a big pop. I'm gonna get back focused on this one. Break a 4. Man alive. I'm gonna get caught in that low sell. Yeah, right when it hesitated, I wanted to be out a bit quicker. I'm gonna get filled at 93 for a 5 cent loss. So when this thing starts to speed up, this has happened the last couple of days with it, where we get a curl and then it speeds up and then it starts breaking all of these levels. So I wanted to try to be in for the break of 4. Yeah, seller's gonna come in now. So yesterday, my accuracy on this thing was 100%. I did really well. Today, different story. Um, so yeah, I love to be a bit patient on it and wait for a better setup. This one has AKLI still potential, but we've got this descending descending resistance right there. Shoot, yeah, that was a bit of a bull trap there, and that was looking really strong when it was starting to speed up, and a lot of orders coming through. And it looked like a lot of green. I really thought it was going to break, but it broke 4. I reclaimed 4, and then rejected off of 401. So for now, I guess just sitting tight, waiting for something to pop up, waiting for something to move. Scans still look a little bit weak. So yeah, I'll keep paying attention to these two for the time being. Right now in the day, I'm down 114. The market overall, it kind of gave back all of the rally from this morning from this gap up. So that's a little disappointing to see as well. Market sentiment seems to be a bit iffy today. Things still holding view up pretty strong. So that's good. Looking at the 5 minute, volume profile looks decent. Except we have pretty big volume on this red candle here. But it's not bad. Especially compared to this 23 million green candle on the open. AKLI, this thing, it's about VWAP. We can start to curl and maybe get closer to 550 again. Might be interested. But volume's low. I'm not so sure about that one. Nah, now it's breaking down. I wanted to try that dip off a view up here, but this thing is just, it's a bit low volume right now. It seems like this thing is going to end up breaking below view up here. I would hope not, but here it goes breaking below view up now. And there's the breakdown. Wow, to the depths. Yeah, it's disappointing. Oh, Jay-Z opened. It's an expensive one. Inevitable. So this is an IPO here. Everything else is sold off. And currently I'm down 114.40 on drug. This thing resumes in about 40 seconds here, 30 seconds. So I'll watch. This is an IPO. I probably won't trade it. Well, I might, depending on what the price action looks like on this resumption. If it's super choppy or like, whippy, I'll probably leave it alone. But we'll see. So should resume in about 5 seconds here if it's a 5-minute halt. Yeah, I mean, wow. I don't know about trading that one. Just gonna go to 60. Wow. Well, this one today's list. This thing looks like it's gonna end up curling back up. I don't really want to take it this low, this far below VWAP though. Huh. Time, it's about 9:10, and just keeping an eye on these two for right now. AKLI. We'll see if this thing can continue to curl and pick up some volume, and we'll see if drug can reclaim VWAP here. I'm not really interested in trading it down here. And then I'll look at this thing on a resumption. This IPO. This thing went crazy on this resumption out of the last halt from 45 to 60. But it was just kind of chunky and like, I mean, there's only 28,000 shares of volume on that resumption, so I probably won't end up trading it, but it's always interesting to see what these IPOs do. They paid GN. Things also halted up. Slight volume. We'll see what happens on resumption here. This is gonna sell off. So look at Jay-Z. Not J, the J. I don't even know what that means. Chinese IPO, huh? I see. So if this is gonna be a 5-minute halt, we got about 10 seconds on the resumption. Size down here. I'm probably not gonna take a trade on it. I mean, it's so expensive, and the volume is so low. Just too light for me to trade it. And it looks like it's gonna be a 10-minute long halt. Hasn't resumed yet. Yeah, it's gonna be a 10-minute halt. So AKLI. This thing volume's kind of dried up off this halt. I wasn't really too interested in trading this thing in the first place, but if it got up above VWAP, maybe towards 550 with some volume, I would look at it. But for now, I'm not interested. Drug. It's curling a bit. We'll see if it can end up reclaiming VWAP here. I would like to take more trades on this thing. I was a bit disappointed to see it flush through VWAP here. But take what the market's willing to give. So, yeah, as far as other opportunity, really nothing else on the scans. Today's a bit of a slow day again. Since like Tuesday. I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday, it's been slow. Opportunity has been limited. And I've done okay until today. My accuracy was pretty low on drug on this move. I didn't do very well. So I have to go watch that back. So yeah, for the time being, just sitting tight, waiting for something to potentially present itself. The market sold off and then bounced pretty nicely there. Let's take a look at just the SPY. Yeah, we had a big sell right here and then got picked back up and reclaimed VWAP. So, yeah, the market gave up pretty much all of its gains from this rally pre-market. Excuse me. But, yeah, so the markets are about flat percentage-wise. Everything's a bit red. As you can see, these are all the indices that I have here. Funds that represent the indices. But I'm not really too interested in trading SPY. So if this thing's a 10-minute long halt this time, it'll be about 2.5, well, 1.5 minutes rather. Resumption in about 30 seconds if it's a 10-minute halt. We'll watch here on this resumption, but Rooms is at 170 and goes to 86. Wow. Okay, false halt. No volume coming through on this thing right now. Yeah, certainly not interested in trading this thing. Just kind of wanted to see what's going to happen. Well, I see this one's moving here. FTCH. I don't know what the deal is on this one, though. Oh, there's a price target raise. Okay. Far-Fetch Ltd. No idea what this company is. And it seems like it's a bit of a higher float, too. Let's look up the float on this one real quick. What is the ticker? FTCH. Yeah, float's 300 million. It's 318 million, so you can tell by the way it moves. So I don't know if I'll trade this one today. We'll see if it ends up getting some decent setups. I might, but for now, I'll leave it alone. I mean, this thing just moved about 40 cents in this move. So, I mean, this is a decent opportunity. This thing's halted down now. This was like anyone who would have traded this, like I don't know how you could, because there was no volume and it was just like so whippy. I mean, there was 6,000 volume on this candle. So yeah, this thing was a complete no-go. Sometimes those Chinese IPOs can be hot, but not today. So FTCH, this thing's at highs now. 5 days, 1280. Looking at the daily chart. Not really a lot of obvious resistance. Here it is making another breakout to the upside. But yeah, it's just a little bit higher float, too high of a float for me to like trading it. I don't like trading those ones that are too much over 100 million. This one's got 318 million, so I'll keep it in the back of my head, but right now I'm not going to trade it. Taking a look at drug. It made a bit of a run up here trying to reclaim VWAP, but ran into some selling pressure. Yeah, this was the one from today, man. I was hoping that was going to curl off these levels and give some more opportunity, but that's not the case for right now. Yeah, it's about to make another leg down. And FTCH, looks like that one also was selling off. So there could potentially be an entry down by 1250. I might actually take an entry at 1250 if it comes down to that. Yeah, I would take 200. It's a little bit of a lower float. I'm sorry, higher float, so I'm comfortable taking a little bit bigger share size because it doesn't move as much. But yeah, this move is just based on a price target, I guess, by JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley. Wrong one. Wrong Morgan. Here's coming down now. Here's 1252. Yeah, it immediately looked like it wasn't going to hold 50, so then no trade there. JZ looked like it might come out of the halt here if it's a 5-minute halt, but I'm not interested in trading that one at all. So everything's kind of breaking to the downside now. Here goes AKLI and drug. So yeah, slim pickings today. Just hanging tight, waiting for something. It looks like the markets took a pretty big turn for the worse here, and that could be why everything else is getting drugged down. Yeah, can hold these gains. Now we're selling off again. So I'll be cautious on any trades. But today the market's a bit stingy on what it's going to give for opportunities, at least on the long side. If you're a short bias trader, maybe there's better opportunities today, but so far not a lot. And I didn't do too well on this move on drug off the open. We had 13 million volume on this first candle, this first doji candle. So I mean that was pretty tricky to trade in my opinion. It was moving very fast and could move from highs of this candle from 380 to 350 in like a second. So I was a little bit cautious on it, perhaps overly cautious, and that's why I kind of missed the aggressive entries and then ended up taking a pullback entry, which ended up not being the move on this one. So yeah, I'm down about 100 on it for the time being. And yesterday I did a lot better on it. I was up about the same amount around the same time and with much better accuracy. So, granted, yesterday the chart looked a little bit cleaner, even though today there was more volume. In my opinion, yesterday the setup was a little bit better. So it looks like OLB is moving to the upside a bit. A little bit cheaper. And don't see any news on it. It's up almost 50. Well, yeah, it's up 50% on the day. So I guess I'll add this one to the watch list. I'll keep it in the back of my head. Well, B. About 7 million volume on the day in this stock here. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue to sit tight, be patient, look for something. If you're an aggressive short trader and this thing has shares available, this might be a decent short here. I mean, I think this thing IPO'd at $4 and it's up 3,000%. There's like no volume. So in my opinion, there's no way this thing doesn't retrace back down over the next couple of days or even 2 day. But we also had some like MEGL where that thing ended up over $300. So could this be the same story? I don't think so, but we'll see. I also don't think that this thing had the hype at all that MEGL had on its IPO. So OLB is pulling back here now. Well, if it's a 10-minute long halt, it's gonna come out of the halt in like 10 seconds here. So I'll watch this one. Just nothing better to watch right now, but I probably won't take any trades on it. We'll just see what happens on the resumption. Unless it's going to be a 15-minute halt off of a 6,000 share candle. It's so strange. So, yeah. Socks. So we're on the Momo today, but it's a little more expensive. Higher float. I'm not gonna end up trading this one. The S&P continue to sell off over here. So I hate to wrap it up at this point in the day because there was not much opportunity, and the opportunity we had, I didn't do I was right on. My accuracy was not very high. So if that all the opportunity we're gonna get today, and I left it behind, it might be the case. So yeah, this was a bit of a disappointing false break bull trap right here. This candle. When I started pushing over these levels, I thought, man, this thing's gearing up for another move. And I was in for this break over 4 to see if we could break and hold 4 at 399, 398. And we broke by 1 cent and then ended up flushing. I ended up taking a loss on this one here. I didn't get caught in it too bad, but I think I lost like it was 5 cents on the trade. 5.5 cents. So, yeah, not good. And that was really, in my eyes, the last opportunity that this thing gave. Man, it was looking good too. Dude, volume ramping up. It was 500,000 shares on this candle, 650,000 shares on this candle, 1.8 million shares on this candle, but ended up turning into a red one. No good. It's always a little disappointing to see as a long bias trader. You're always rooting for the stocks to go up. OLB is making highs. I remember trading this thing a long time ago. Yeah, well, it has a history of gapping up and gapping down, so I definitely have traded it before. Sorry, sometimes I don't look at the chat super often because it's kind of not in a good spot that I don't really see it. So I should get that in a better spot. This thing is still halted down. It's gonna be a 15-minute halt. It's gonna resume in about 30 seconds. So we'll see what happens. Or is it just gonna lock up in a halt all day? Is it gonna resume? No. Okay, no fun. Yeah, I think this one might end up being decent. Let's gear up here. in case I take some trades on this thing. So the market is continuing to accelerate its sell-off. So that's no good. No good for market sentiment. I mean, look at this. I had a nice bounce off this sell-off here, and then the to the depths. Yeah, I don't really like this one that much. Something about it doesn't do it for me, but I might take a trade on it. We'll see. Okay. Da-ba-da-da-da-da. So yeah, my stocks, my watch list, pretty much turning red now. The market starting to go a bit belly up for today. So yeah, it's been a rough week in the market. It's been difficult. Opportunities been quite limited. Monday was decent. Tuesday was decent. Wednesday I wasn't here for. Yesterday was, I mean, the opportunity was so limited. And now today, really the only good opportunity we had was on drug this morning from this move from 319 to 416. So that was a nice move. Half of it happened pre-market. Yeah, and it just couldn't sustain.
All right. Yeah, calling the live stream here. Nice profits. All back, made back all yesterday's losses and the day before, up 29.16. PXMD. IPO.
Okay, well, OLB is pulling back here now. Market is selling off continuously. Wonder if some inverse ETFs would be nice to trade today. No, not really. So yeah, it looks like the best opportunities are on the inverse. This is ProShares Ultra Pro short. So this is shorting basically the QQQ. So the when the Nasdaq goes down, this goes up. Yeah, and today we're kind of snowballing as we sell off here. So yeah, down 2% on the day now on the Nasdaq. Almost 2% on the SPY. So yeah, it's turning into a bit of a rough day. Considering the market put in a gap this morning on the open. Looks like drug is it's grinding back up. This will be interesting if this one can get to view up. It's about 20 cents off right now. But yeah, these bigger ones like SQQQ, for example, I have a bit of a tough time trading these ones. A little bit more expensive. And they don't move quite the same. Granted, there's some good opportunities on it. This was a really nice bull flag right here. But typically I don't trade these, but on a day like today, I might. I might consider it, but as of right now, I don't want to. So just sitting tight for the time being. JZ, this thing is still halted down. It's been halted since 1019. No trades on it for me. Super light volume. I mean, super whippy. But always interesting to see what these IPOs do. This was another Chinese IPO. So these have been a bit wild lately. So yeah, it halted at what was it? Yeah, 1018 or yeah, 1018 market time. So right now market time is 10:42, so it's been a significant amount of time. It's been almost 25 minutes. So right now it's a bit slow, no trades. Just sitting tight, watching to see if something starts moving good. Looks like drug is still continuing its grind higher towards VWAP. Oh, it's gonna resume. It's gonna resume at 110. Wow. Yeah, and this thing, I think it IPO'd at $4. So, like I was saying up here when this went to the halt down, if you want to go short on it, this would probably be a good short stock. But if there's shares available to locate to borrow, I have no idea. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough resumption there. 50-point drop. That's why, yeah, completely happy leaving this one alone. OLB is just printing red candle after red candles. Now sold off below VWAP. No trades on that ticker for me today. No trades on this one either. Yeah, this one had a pretty decent move today too on a price target announcement, or like some news that the price target got moved up to $30 a share. But no trades on this one again for me. Higher float. It's like a 300 and some million float, so I left that one alone. Drugs at 350. Is this one gonna give some more opportunities? This one has had a history of being a bit of a late afternoon runner. So if we look at the 5 minute, let's go back a couple of days. So even yesterday we had a nice move, faded, try to reclaim view up, faded, and then later in the day we had a pop from what is this here? About 270 to 309 there. So a nice 30-cent move. Um, I know there was one. I guess this one was kind of mid morning, but anyway, always good to keep past trends of this particular stock in the back of the brain. Yeah, we'll see if this thing can have enough steam to even make it up to this level. I'm not too sure that it will. So just waiting, waiting for the time being. I'm close to getting to the point of wrapping it up for today, but the active trader in me wants to see more opportunity because I haven't traded since basically the open there at 52. Yeah, I was on this. Man, that was disappointing bear trap right here that kind of ended the fun. I broke over these levels and it rejected off of 401. I bought for the break of 4 at 399. Never forget to drink that H2O. Time, it's 9:47, 10:47 market time, coming up on 11 o'clock market time. And I'm down 114 on the day on drug on these trades on the beginning here. This thing was moving very quickly, and I ended up missing the front side of the move. Let's go over. Let's look at the time actually, what it was for the first trade that I took. Yeah, that's right. So I went for the break when it broke over 4 here because I didn't get in. I missed the trade 2-4 when I missed over this level here at 380. And it got to 4. I'm trying to remember exactly what the case was. I think it broke out, pulled back, and I tried for the retest of 4, and it ended up dipping a little bit more. I got out, and then it went. So my timing on this was close. I was really close. I mean, for this trade here and this trade on the curl, trying to buy this candle to make a new high ended up being good. But yeah, this thing just was a bit hesitant over the levels that I wanted it to be more like instant buyers to see the green right away, and I just didn't get that. So yeah, my timing on it was just a bit off and it ended up being red. And then this trade here, like I was just going over, where we had this this bull trap when it broke over these levels, first candle to make a new high. Yeah, and then it faded. So yeah, well, there's nothing else on the scans. Looks like the market found the bottom a bit, down 2%. So yeah, I guess for today I'm gonna wrap it up and get out of here. There's really nothing else moving. If something ends up popping, maybe drug comes back and reclaims view op and it gives more opportunity, I'll be back to trade it. But for now, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll be back with the recap video this afternoon, talking about my trades from today, going over those in a little bit more detail. And then, of course, I'll be back on Monday. So, yeah, if you're watching, have a good weekend. And I'm going to get out of here.